As with any other piece of software, QuickBooks has licensing that we must follow. As a general rule, it is one license per user. What you will note is that QuickBooks allows you to purchase licenses one by one, up to 5 licenses. QuickBooks offers a single user license. For convenience, we can also purchase a 3-pack user license. And as a general rule, we will have 5 licenses per company file. Now, an exception here is if you're using the Enterprise version. The Enterprise version will allow for 5, 10, or 20 users. You must buy your licenses by 5 at a time. Now, keep in mind that when we use the term user, we mean who is logged on to the system. It is possible that I have 20 machines in the office, however, only 3 people are really using QuickBooks. I would be within my user licensing at that particular point in time. When you exceed your license, you will get a note on the screen telling you that your licenses have been exceeded. Now, there's a couple things that I want you to keep in mind. First, if we go to the Help menu, you will see an area on Manage Licenses. When you are doing updates, QuickBooks will synchronize your licensing data with their files to ensure that you are complying with their standards. Also, each time you call into a help desk at QuickBooks, they will verify all licenses and the number of users on your systems. If you are not using the proper number of licenses, you will be required to update at that particular time. You'll note that it is made very easy to buy an additional user license. Right here in the Help menu, I can go directly online and purchase the license. You'll also notice that I can synchronize the license data online so that if I purchase a new license, I can have it actually updated in my master record. Finally, when necessary, you can change your license number. In some instances, we will buy a mix and match of licenses. For instance, I started with 1 user, our office has grown, I now purchased a 3-pack. I have 2 different license numbers at this particular point in time. This is where we can manage our license to synchronize the data, make sure that I only have the single in one machine and the 3-pack in the other machines. Again, keep in mind that in the Enterprise Edition, I get much more access to licenses, and it's much easier to work with that component. Now, if you are unsure how you have your system set up, what I'd like you to do is just press your F2 key. When you press your F2 key, you will see that your license number appears on the screen, and you are told whether or not you have correctly registered it with QuickBooks. As long as this is saying registered, everything is fine. You will also notice that it tells me exactly how many user licenses that I have and when the program was installed. These are important components to look at in the area of troubleshooting. Things can go wrong when you don't have correct licenses installed, so it's not a bad idea to check. I recommend that you go to each machine that you're using in QuickBooks and check and see what the license number is and how many users are entitled to use that particular license. Now, when we close out, we can now go to the next machine, check the data, and compare them to each other. Again, remember that product information was just by simply selecting F2.